Welcome back to BOCHIKNOT Macrame. My name is Nicole. In this pattern tutorial, we will be going over 5 mini macrame wall hanging ornaments. So Christmas is a month and a half away, and if you're anything like me and like to plan for Christmas early, you may want to start thinking about Christmas decorations for your home, on a tree, or to make as gifts for friends and family. In this video tutorial today, we will be going over 5 different macrame mini wall hanging patterns that you can use as ornaments or hang up as wall decor. Some of these knot patterns are fairly unique, and if you would like, you can also apply them into a larger macrame project. These mini wall hangings are great patterns for beginners to learn macrame since it goes over a few of the basic knots of macrame such as the lark's head knot, the square knot, and the double half hitch knot. If you're a beginner in macrame, you would like to practice more of these knots and apply it into a slightly larger wall hanging. We do offer a macrame cami starter kit which goes over a wall hanging using the 6 basic knots of macrame such as the lark's head knot, the square knot, the double half hitch knot, the berry knot, and the overhand knot. If instead you're looking to get the right cord to kickstart your macrame journey by practicing with YouTube tutorials, we do offer a 2-for-1 cord deal for new beginners. So if you guys are interested in any of these, check out the links in the video description below. We do have a few free live workshops coming up, so if you guys want to join us live for a workshop, check out the description below for more details. We will be creating a wall hanging and a coaster during these live workshops. And what's great about these workshops is you can interact live with me, and it will also be fun and interactive. So if you guys are interested, I'll see you guys there. And with that said, let's get started. To begin, you will need some materials and supplies. I've used 3-inch mini dowels for these mini wall hangings, as well as 3mm or 4mm cord. Below are the suggested cord lengths for each pattern. You will need some mini dowels. I have some 3-inch mini wooden dowels right here. You can also use cinnamon sticks as well. The cord I will be using is a 3mm or 4mm cotton cord in either single strand or 3-ply. I use 4mm for the floral petal pattern only, and the rest I've used 3mm. For more details on this soft and sturdy cord, check out the description below. The very first pattern we're going to go over is the semicircle pattern that I will be making using 3mm sage green colored cord. Take a strand of cord at 60 centimeters long, fold it in half, and attach it onto the dowel using a lark's head knot. Then taking the far left cord as the anchor cord and the right cord as the working cord, make a double half hitch knot over to the right. Then taking the right anchor cord, we're going to attach it onto the right side of the dowel using a vertical lark's head knot. If at any point during the tutorial you need to slow down the playback speed on the video so that you can see the steps more clearly, you can do so by adjusting the playback speed in the lower right-hand corner of this video. Take another strand of 60 centimeter long cord and attach it onto the left side using a lark's head knot. Then using the left cord as an anchor cord, take the cord next to it on the right as a working cord for a double half hitch knot to the right. Then continue with the 2 cords to the right for 2 more double half hitch knots. Then taking a strand of cord at 30 centimeters long, fold it in half and attach it onto the right side of the anchor cord using a reverse lark's head knot. We want to do this so to fill in the gap that we have there from making the double half hitch knots. Once that is done, we're going to take the anchor cord and make another vertical larkspur knot onto the right side of the dowel. Then lastly, taking a 50cm strand of cord, fold it in half and attach it onto the left side of the dowel using a larkspur knot. Then starting with the far left cord as the anchor cord, make a series of double half-hitch knots with all of the vertical cords to the right. Then lastly, take the right anchor cord and attach it onto the right side of the dowel using a vertical larkspur knot. Shift the knots to even them out if necessary, and then trim the fringe. Now it's optional if you want to comb out the fringe and then retrim it again. I'm just going to leave my fringe as is, dangling underneath. The second pattern we're going to go over is what I call a square knot V-shaped pattern. So what we're going to do is start off with 6 strands of 60cm long cords and attach them onto the dowel using larkspur knots. Then starting with the far left 4 vertical cords, we're going to take the outer 2 cords as the working cords for a square knot. Then continue to the right 4 cords at a time for 2 more square knots. Then underneath, we're going to make our second row of square knots, skipping the left 2 cords. We're going to take the next 4 cords after that for a square knot, and then with the next 4 cords to the right, make another square knot. With 1 square knot less in this row, we're heading towards a V-shaped pattern. Right underneath, we're going to make one last row of 1 square knot with the middle 4 cords. Once the V-shaped square knot pattern is complete, we're going to take the far left cord as an anchor cord for a diagonal row of double half-hitch knots to the right, stopping after the middle left cord. Then using the far right cord as the anchor cord, make a row of diagonal double half hitch knots to the center. Then with the middle two cords, make one last double half hitch knot. And I'm using the left cord as the working cord. We're going to make one more V-shaped row of double half hitch knots below, but we're going to skip the far left two cords and taking the third cord from the left as an anchor cord, make 3 diagonal double half hitch knots to the right. Then we're going to do the same thing on the right side, mirroring the left. Then with the middle two cords, make one more double half hitch knot to the right. Last but not least, trim through the fringe at the very bottom. For the third pattern, we're going to be making the floral petal pattern, and I'm using 4mm cotton cord for this. You'll need to start off with 5 strands folded in half at 70 centimeters long each and attached onto the dowel using lark's head knots. Then using the third cord from the left as the anchor cord and the middle left cord as the first working cord, we're going to make a double half hitch knot onto the anchor cord, diagonally over to the right. Then with the vertical cord behind this, and this should be the cord right next to the anchor cord on the right, we're going to make another diagonal double half hitch knot onto the same anchor cord. Then we're going to do the same thing on the right side, starting with the third cord from the right as the anchor cord, and now we're going to take the middle right cord as the first working cord, attach it onto the anchor cord using a diagonal double half hitch knot to the left. Then take the cord at the back as the second working cord for a double half hitch knot. With the middle two cords, make one more double half hitch diagonally over to the left. Then taking the top left cord from the V-shaped pattern as the anchor cord, we're going to take the next 2 cords vertically to the left as working cords for a horizontal row of double half hitch knots to the left. Then bring the anchor cord over to the right, and then using the next cord to the right as the working cord for a double half hitch knot in the opposite direction, so diagonally to the right. Taking the next cord down from the V-shaped pattern on the left side, we're going to repeat the same pattern. 2 double half hitch knots over to the right, and then 1 double half hitch knot back the other direction. Lastly, take the bottom left cord from the V-shaped pattern and repeat the same thing. 2 double half hitch knots to the left and then 1 to the right. Now we will repeat the same pattern on the right side mirroring the left, taking the top right cord from the V-shaped pattern as the anchor cord, make 2 double half hitch knots to the right, and then bring the anchor cord over to the left and make 1 double half hitch knot to the left. Then repeat the same pattern 2 more times right below. Now we're going to close off the middle section with a diamond-like pattern. So taking the anchor cord from the left, we're going to flip it over to the right and make 2 diagonal double half hitch knots to the right. Then do the same thing on the right side with the right anchor cord, flip it over to the left and make 2 diagonal double half hitch knots to the left. Then close off with 1 more double half hitch knot in the center. Last but not least, trim the fringe. For this fourth pattern, we're going to make a V-shaped clove hitch knot pattern. So clove hitch also means double half hitch knot. Starting with the far left cord as the anchor cord, we're going to take the next cord to it on the right for a diagonal double half hitch knot to the right, and then continue 4 more times for a total of 5 diagonal double half hitch knots. Then do the same thing on the right side with the far right cord as the anchor cord for 5 diagonal double half hitch knots to the left. Then with the middle 2 cords, make 1 more double half hitch knot to the left. Then underneath, we're going to start with the far left cord as an anchor cord again and repeat for another diagonal row of double half hitch knots to the right. Then repeat the same thing on the right side. Once the second V-shaped row is complete, make 1 more below. Last but not least, trim the fringe to your desired length. For our fifth and final pattern, we're going to make a layered daisy pattern. Starting off with 2 strands of cord at 70 centimeters long attached onto both sides of the dowel, we're going to start on the left panel. With the middle 2 cords, make a diagonal double half inch knot to the left, and then make one more to the left after that. Then using the middle right cord as an anchor cord, make a diagonal double half inch knot to the right. Flip the anchor cord on both sides into the opposite direction and make another double half inch knot in the opposite direction underneath. So for the right anchor cord, make a double half inch knot diagonally to the left, and with the left anchor cord, make one double half inch knot diagonally to the right. Then finish off with one more double half inch knot to the left with the middle 2 cords. Repeat for one more daisy pattern underneath. Repeat the exact same pattern onto the right panel with the right 4 cords, but this time we're just going to make the knots in the opposite direction. So we started off with a diagonal double half inch knot to the left on the left side, so this time we're going to start with a diagonal double half inch knot to the right on the right side. Then continue with one more double half inch knot to the right after that. Then with the middle left cord as an anchor cord, make one double half inch knot to the left. Then close off this daisy pattern by flipping the anchor cords in the opposite direction. Then make one more daisy pattern below. Now we will connect the 2 panels together in the center by making one daisy pattern in the middle. So with the middle 4 cords, we're going to take the middle 2 cords first and make a diagonal double half inch knot to the left. Then make one more diagonal double half inch knot to the left after that. Then with the middle right cord as the anchor cord, make a diagonal double half inch knot to the right. Then flip the anchor cords to the opposite direction and make a double half inch knot on both sides. Then with the middle 2 cords, make one more double half inch knot to the left. Then, taking 4 strands of 30 centimeter long cords, fold each cord in half and attach it onto the middle gap in between the left and right panels. Then with the far left and far right cords as working cords, we're going to gather the rest of the cords in the middle for a big square knot. Lastly, trim the fringe. Lastly, I will show you how to make the handles at the top. All you have to do is take a strand of cord at about 25 centimeters long and make an overhand knot on both sides of the dowel. You can choose to make a double overhand knot if you like to make it more secure, but an overhand knot should do for a small wall hanging, like this. And that's a wrap with our 5 mini macrame wall hanging patterns. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. My favorite wall hanging was, of course, the floral petal pattern. I love experimenting with double half-inch knots and coming up with new designs. Let me know in the comment section below which one was your guys' favorite. If you haven't already, give this video a big thumbs up, and if you're interested in following along with us all of November to make holiday macrame, then make sure you click that subscribe button to stay tuned for more. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.